a topic that is familiar to quite a few here in our club. Whether it is taking in children by adopting them or becoming guardians, or it is taking in our aging parents because they have had a parent die, or the parents aren't moving into a senior facility. But we have had changes in how families dynamically change in life. And what do we do? What happens? How do we get rid of that bug? Get rid of that pest? John, smash it, smash it. I hate mosquitoes. They're the nastiest things in the world. Sorry. I hate the things. They're Rick's little pets. What do we do when those changes come up in life? We start out as little children. We grow up in life. We become teenagers. We think we are I get welts from them.
It's a mosquito eater. It's not a mosquito.
I get these huge bites. As teenagers, we think we have all the strength in the world, that we are going to be these big dominant things. We get to college, we think we're even more invincible. We can go out on these parties and drink all the tequila and beer and everything else in the world. We think our parents are these people that are going to be there forever. We don't think about what is going to happen as life goes on. We don't think that we need to prepare for ourselves, let alone our parents need to prepare for what's going to happen to them. I get to go this next weekend and spend the weekend with my mother, which most people would say, oh great, you get to go spend a girls' weekend with your mom. It's the weekend before Mother's Day. It's just a girls' weekend, have some fun. I'm going to go spend the weekend with my mom because I'm giving my stepfather a weekend away from being the caregiver for the weekend. Because my mother has Parkinson's, and she has reached the point where she can't spend a day alone. She can't spend a few hours alone anymore. She has to have a caregiver there with her. She doesn't want to admit it most of the time. She's finally reached the point where she's starting to admit that she can't spend the time alone, that she has to have somebody there because she has to be taken to the ER occasionally, that she can fall down and not get up, that she can't think clearly enough, that she can forget very important things and not remember what's going on around her. She can forget very important medications that she has to take that are critical to her health. And she's not that old. And just a few months ago, we tried to have the conversation, how can we prepare for this so that when she gets farther along, we have the stages set for this. She didn't want to have the talk yet. She didn't want to get prepared for what do we do when my stepfather's no longer there. What if he passes away before she does? What do we do if she gets to the point where he's not enough of a caregiver, that she needs somebody there more to help her getting up and down? What if they need somebody there for more hours of the day? Even if it's just 3 or 4 hours a day to give him more relief. How can we plan this in advance so it's not a sudden change? That we have a plan, that we've looked at options, that we're prepared. I wanted to do this a few months ago. Now we're getting to the point where it's getting closer to reality, and we didn't look at it a few months ago. So now it's like, okay, now we need to look at it again and say, are we ready to have the discussion now? I don't want to have to force my mother into assisted living. That's not what I want to do. I want to leave my mother at home. I want to be able to give her a good quality of life. I want to be able to bring help to her to be able to do that. And I want to let her make decisions in her life. So what can I do to help her? So I encourage you to talk to your family and make decisions even with your loved ones, whether it's your spouses or other family members, to plan things in advance, to know what you want to do. That way, when it comes time to make those decisions, you have things set up, and it doesn't come as a shock, fellow Toastmasters.